Hello again, dance friends. Last video, I showed you two different ways of doing ribcage slides, and now we're going to take this idea of giving you two ways to do one action in your body into the hips and look at two ways we can do hip ups. So the first way is using our glute muscles. The second way is using our oblique muscles. So we're going to take a look at both of those today. Here we go. If I am working through my glute muscles or my oblique muscles to make my hips go up and down, I need to have my knees bent. This is going to give me that space, that room for the hips to go up and down without lifting up my heels. I want to be able to do this keeping my heels down. This is one way that I will know that I'm not pushing out of my legs, which is something we're not trying to do. So my feet are close together, my toes are basically pointed forward, and my knees are bent, tracking right over my toes. I'm going to find my neutral pelvis, and first I want to start using the glute muscles. So if you just think about squeezing one cheek, and if you squeeze that and leave everything still up top, allowing that knee to straighten somewhat, allowing the other knee to relax and bend a little bit, you get that hip coming up towards your chest. Now I'm going to relax this side. At the same time, I'm going to squeeze this one. Boom. And now this hip is up, this hip is down, this side's more relaxed, this knee is more bent. So I'm going to alternate with that, keeping my heels down, keeping my weight even, up on the one side, up, 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 up. And now notice I'm not bouncing anywhere in my body, and my hips are pulling up and almost like up and in, I like to think of this, so that I'm making sure that I'm not shifting my hips and my weight out and away from my center. So this has a lot of power, a lot of panache. It's a big movement, and it's definitely being driven by my glute muscles. All right, now we're going to work on the same movement shape, I should say, but we're going to enter it from our oblique muscles. Now, one way I like to work on this to make sure I'm using the correct muscle is, if you need it, find a balance point, bring one foot off the floor, and then just think about squeezing in here to lift that hip up and release down. So if that foot's not on the floor, you can't push into the floor and make your leg do all the work. So go ahead and see if you can get that foot off the floor. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And again, we're trying to stay as nice and still up top as possible. Squeeze, release. I'm just going to do one more here and then on the other side. So I have my other foot off the floor, my standing leg is a little bent, and I go squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And you really start to feel it activate. This is a really good way to find that oblique muscle group, get to know how it works with your hip to raise it, pull it up. One more here. All right. So now I'm going to do that with both of my feet flat on the floor. And this time, I want to relax my glutes and just think of squeezing up and in with my oblique muscles. So once again, feet are close together, toes are a little bent. Low belly draws in, ribs lift up, shoulders back and down. And alternating, I go squeeze one and squeeze two. Squeeze, 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 and I'm thinking up and in the whole time. So again, I'm making sure that I'm not sending my hips out and I'm not shifting my weight. There's no bounce. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Right here, right? I'm relaxed here in my glutes. And up, up. So this one is a little more floaty, I like to think of it as, whereas when I use my glutes, that's me switching to glutes. It's got more punch, it's got more power, or obliques. it's got a little bit more smoothness, softness, and a little floating quality to it, like it's just happening. Just happening, like you're not doing anything, it's just doing it by itself. All right, so I'm going to put a little music on, and we're going to drill alternating between glute hip work and oblique hip work. All right, so I'm going to work into the mirror for this drill. I'm facing in, checking my posture, feet are close together, knees are bent, find my neutral pelvis, engage my low belly, lift the ribs, roll the shoulders back and down, relax the arms out to the sides, and first glute, right up, left up. So making sure that your knees are responding to the movement, but the work is happening back here. So we're not pushing out of the legs, weight is even. We're just going to take 8 more here, then we're going to switch it up, move into obliques and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now the whole movement should feel higher in your body because it is. Now you're working here. And 1, 2, glutes are relaxed, still not shifting weight. Hips are still staying right in the middle. All right, we're going to take it back down to glutes. Here we go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 5, 6, back up to obliques. A little higher. And your mileage may vary. You're going to prefer one over the other. Everyone does. Totally normal. Back down to glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 obliques. Let's do 8 count of each one more time. Glutes. Obliques. And now we're going to go 4 and 4. Glutes for 4, 3, 2, 1, obliques. 3, 2, 1, glutes, 4. Obliques. 2 more sets like that, then we're done with this little drill. 1, 2, 3, 4, last 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, so there's 2 ways of getting those hips to go up and down using 2 different muscle groups, 2 different looks. Play around with both, see what you prefer, and keep working on it. Hey, thanks for joining me for the technique tip of the week. And just know that you can like and subscribe. I upload one of these videos every single week with a little technique tip followed by a little drill. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.